Hello, friends at Canon. My name is Tracy Haynes, and I'm an instructor at Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia. I teach journalism, mass communications. I'm also a 25-year veteran of television news, and I love Canon cameras, and so do my students. And that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. So thanks now for taking a moment to listen to our story about our success with Canon cameras and about the challenges that lay just before us. I started teaching here about a year ago, and prior to my getting here, I had been shooting with DSLRs for about 3 years. A friend of mine talked me into getting a Canon Rebel, and I was absolutely hooked on those. So when I came here, I discovered that students were shooting with kind of a hodgepodge of different video cameras, and I recommended that they start using the Canon DSLRs to shoot their video. They were already doing some stills with different DSLRs, but I recommended Canon DSLRs to shoot their video. The results they were getting changed dramatically. So here are a couple of the projects my students were working on, the types of projects anyway. One type of project they were doing was going out into the field and shooting news stories. So the students and I were taking Canon cameras into the field to do news stories of all kinds of different stories that were of interest to the students, and they were amazed that right away the quality of their video improved dramatically. I wasn't surprised, but they were, and they were pleasantly surprised at that. The other thing that students were doing here is they were shooting films. They were shooting their own short films. They'd been doing that since before I arrived, but when I came here and introduced them to the DSLRs, again, it changed their whole world and the whole perspective on what they could do in terms of shooting film with Canon DSLRs. The results dramatically improved. As a matter of fact, we just recently held our first SSU Indie Film Fest, and a whole lot of films were shown. There were awards given, and it was a really big success. Some of those films were shot with Canon DSLRs, and they went over very well. And of course, they look beautiful. So the students are becoming acclimated to shooting with those Canon DSLRs, and that's something that I hope will continue off into the future. And really, that's where we come together on this. That's where I come to you and ask for some help. You know, I mentioned that we are Savannah State University. It means we're state funded. And as you know, many times state universities have issues with funding. They have issues with their budgets. Right now, we don't have it in our budget to provide the number of cameras that I want to have for our students. And I'm hoping that you might be able to help us out with that. As I said, the students have gotten used to shooting with Canon DSLRs. They've gotten used to shooting video with that. And I'm hoping that you all may have a surplus of some Canon DSLRs that you can lend to us, or that you can let us use on an extended basis. And since they're getting into film, what if there's a C100 or a C300 that you all no longer are producing, but that you have a surplus of, that you could let us borrow, or that you could let us keep for an extended period? That would be awesome for us. As a matter of fact, in my imagination, I can see a Canon SSU Indie Film Fest. It sounds really cool to me. I don't know about to you, but it's certainly one possibility. Maybe there are some ways that we can work together on this, and I'm hoping that there are. So we are asking for your help, and we hope that you guys can come across and help us out with our needs, and maybe it'll be beneficial to all of us. I'm hoping so. In any case, thanks for taking time to listen to this request. We're going to be using cameras from Canon for a long while to come, and that's something all of us here are excited about. I'm Tracy Haynes. Again, thanks for your time.